Move from that things like our own personal biases. If we realize that we might be biased, we will look outside of our own opinions and we will try to find out what eliminates oppression. Is it right or wrong, my perspective, regardless what I feel about it? Whether I want to believe this or not, is it really true, and how can I test that? Their perspective, really believe these things, assert your convictions, and that's what it is. It's convincing yourself, and you can't maintain your belief if you don't equally deceive someone else. So if you have everybody else that's just as deceived as you are, then it's easier for everybody to believe. It is pretend. On some level, I'm sure subconsciously these people must realize that. It becomes evident when you get into arguments with these people and you see how they start backpedaling and how they back away from anything that might disprove their position. In some way, they know on some level that what they believe as far as religious beliefs is not in the same category or context as what they believe about real world things that anybody can demonstrate. There's a completely different perspective there.
I think I heard the quote, "assert your beliefs," from the Reverend Ernest Poe. Don't know whether you're familiar with him.
That must be where I got it.
I mean, you could be really crass about it and say, you know, desperate and scared people are much more likely to show up and put some money in the collection plate, right? I mean, if you were trying to drive people to donate to their favorite religious group, having them be afraid that God is just around the corner, or, you know, we call it judgment is just around the corner, be a great way to make them, you know, cough up a few bucks.
And also keep in mind, well, let's not discount the power that fear has over people, whether it's politically or, I mean, fear is a very powerful emotion for controlling people and getting what you want. And I mean, that's something that can really never be forgotten, because I mean, history repeats itself, and that's one of the fundamental themes, is that whenever possible, people use fear to try and control others. So there's a big aspect of that there too, in my opinion.
Well, you also,
it's not only that.
Yes, go ahead.
It's not only that. I think it's about how people assess risks, and it essentially is summed up in Pascal's wager. You know, you have nothing to lose in playing the safe option. Now, of course, it's not true. I mean, with religion, you could fritter your entire life away doing this with all religions, playing it safe with all religions. But I think that if you take a look at these people who follow camping, their thoughts is, well, I believe it, therefore, if it happens, I'm safe, therefore I have the peace of mind in the meantime. Whereas to not accept it is a gamble. Now, so it's basically about people not assessing risks well, and yeah, it boils down to this thing about there being the hazard, which is what you deal with when it does go wrong, and the probability of it actually happening. And so, with Pascal's wager, they set one of the terms to infinity. It is an infinite punishment if it goes wrong. Therefore, no matter what the hazard is, so no matter what the risk, you must always follow this behavior. And of course, it's a sort of bastardization in that, you know, people can fritter away their entire lives with this sort of paranoia.
I think in regard to Pascal's wager, the best response I ever heard in relation to that was by Matt Dillahunty. It's on YouTube if you search Matt Dillahunty, Atheist Experience, Pascal's wager. He lists off about 9 reasons why Pascal's wager is an absolute non-starter of an argument. Well worth watching. Back to the caller. Is there anything else you'd like to add? I've got a few other people waiting.
Yeah, a last question, if I may.
Sure.
Yeah, what impact do you think that it'll have on real-world events? I mean, not real-world events, these big, major ones, but Harold Camping, I assume, has a very zealous posse, if I can use that word in this case.
Well, I mean, it might be... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry if you have any input. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I mean, I was just going to say, I mean, big scheme of things, absolutely nothing. The people who believe him, even though, the proof will come that he was wrong, I don't think that they will possibly even be remotely dissuaded. I mean, you might be able to get some good deals on eBay, but other than that, I don't think it'll really be eventful.
I'm not sure to what extent, and maybe people in the chat can tell me. I mean, were it not for the fact that I'm familiar with YouTube and thereby see what's happening in America, and if it wasn't for that, I don't think anyone in this country would be aware of the 21st of May being the end of the world. And I suspect that that's the case across Europe and the rest of the world. I think it's only in America where this is actually sort of got
I'm also confused. I mean, is the end of the world actually going to happen in a single time zone, or is it like going to be at sunrise in, I don't know, Jerusalem? It's going to happen. Or is
this is the great thing, because
Eastern Standard Time,
Yeah, I mean, the great thing is that we get rid of the Australia and the likes of Dijon first, which is no bad thing. And then I think non-stamp collector will go next.
Hang on, so it actually happens at sunrise on each respective day?
You don't expect an answer to that, do you?
Well, in some ways, yeah. I mean, if this guy's actually gone, sort of sifted through the Bible and found the exact hour when the world's going to end, has he got no other details?
Apparently it's about 6 p.m., but he doesn't give a time zone.
Well, it's funny. DPR said that if he wasn't in touch with Americans, he wouldn't know about this. I found out about this from an Irishman, from Not In My Name.
Yes, well, we can't speak too badly about Irish people, Aaron. It's a lovely country. They're all lovely people. And we'll see you in 3 weeks' time. Okay.
I thought you told me they were all fighting drunks, DPR.
No, they're lovely people. And I never, ever called them pikeys. Caller, I'm going to remove you and move on. But thank you very much for the call. As I'm bringing in the next caller, can I just say that the person who called in last show, Warrior Christian 1994, posted a video. He was the person who said that were it not for God, we would all be raping and murdering. He made a video after his appearance on the show saying that he was going to call back in, amongst other things, things like calling us all twats. And what did you say about me? Oh, I had a smug twat posh accent, which meant that I was elitist. So if
I think he's a po.
If you do want to appear on the show, do let us know. You'll have to send in another contact request.
Yeah, but
got a few callers lined up. The next one, I hope, is with us now. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Cactopus?
Yeah.
Yep, hello. How can we help you?
Hi, I had a question for Concordance. I was the kid who sent you a message and said my mom was a drug teacher for a high school and she liked your video. I just had a question, or two questions actually. First is what other videos are you going to make? And second is why did you start doing them?
I have a fan. I'm so excited.
It's nice to have a caller that doesn't come on and say, "Oh, and you're the absolute the best, and the rest of you aren't too shabby." Now we've got someone. This is very refreshing.
Well, I mean, here he's got you guys, and I think it's wonderful. Thanks for asking. The reason I started, I think it's just a matter of frustration. I originally started because the age denialists were constantly making me have to correct them factually. And so I thought it would just be a heck of a lot easier if I just put it like a little PowerPoint together and uploaded it. And then, of course, the intelligent design creationist group was starting to annoy me. So I've made a few videos about those. And then I probably would have been one of those people with 50 subscribers forever. But Thunderfoot liked one of my videos, and so we sort of posted it on his channel, and it all kind of went from there. Coming up, I've got the most requested right now is high fructose corn syrup. Whether or not it's good or bad for you, if you should inject it in your veins or go swimming in it at night. But after that, I've got a couple of other things too. They're all kind of health related now. I think
Have you been put off?
What's that?
So, have you been put off to any degree by the response to your circumcision video?
No, I mean there were some really good points. It's just unfortunate that the facts don't always conveniently fall along one line. And so everyone from the either side of the fence calls the other side biased and dismisses them. And that's really what I'm more upset about, is people that think that every issue is a binary kind of issue where,
Cool. Was there anything else for us?
Just one more thing. Concordance. My mom wants to know if you're going to make an alcohol video.
Yeah. Do you know how many papers there are on alcohol? I mean, even just to go through one topic, cirrhosis, would take me a very long time. So yes, I will do it, but it's going to be at least a month of reading papers and trying to filter through it and find the particular angle and, what are the key issues. It's a lot more complex than you would think to go through what is known addiction, alcohol to drink. Does that really exist? Are there net benefits? Are there, what's the return on investment on these things? So it's just going to be a hellacious amount of research to get that video out. And I'll slip you a 20 later for calling on talking about my issues.
I think it's his mum that you need to thank by the signs of it.
Yeah, I'll slip her a 22.
All right, so thank you guys.